All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get step in the ring with the greatest tag team in podcast history. Just Freaking Wrestling, the JFW podcast, hosted by Travesty.
I'm Dizzle J.
And we are here to talk about the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
We're going to talk about some ideas from WWE that's happening post-Wrestlemania, and also about the SCW show that we're going to tonight.
I'm so excited. We haven't been to a show in so long.
It's been a while. It's been
It's
summer.
been a while. Yeah,
It's been about summer since last time we went. Super excited to go tonight. I'm super excited to be here doing the show and recording. We missed last week because of some weather and everything, which I think it's kind of become a tradition on our show to come up with an excuse not to do a show.
it seems that way.
Right? It's like, we're going to be here every week. Fuck it.
If we can do every other week, that's at least good enough, right?
It's good enough, yeah. I mean, we're coming close to the 50th episode, so I'm really excited about that. That's should be awesome. Coming up soon. And I don't know where we're at season 2-wise, but
it's like, I think this is episode 4.
Right, we're just gonna gotta roll it over until eventually we decide, season 3's ready to go. But Dizzle J, how have you been?
I'm great, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm super excited for this. Kind of like how we talked a little bit before the show. I did get my new Wrestle Crate in.
I saw that. I love that pop.
Right, got the Kenny Omega pop. When they were putting it out and everything, they didn't tell us anything about this kind of box, which was really cool. But come to find out, you could either got Kenny Omega or you could got Cody Rhodes. I'm happy with Kenny Omega. Nothing against Cody Rhodes, but for some reason, I think the Omega pop looks a lot better than Cody Rhodes pop.
I haven't even seen the Cody Rhodes pop, but the Kenny Omega pop looks awesome.
Well, when you walked in, you saw me playing a little WWE 2K19 with those generic wrestlers in the ring trying to get the movesets. He looks like that.
Ah.
It's just generic looking. I mean, it's Cody Rhodes, but it's just generic looking. Short hair, normal complexion.
Isn't Stardust.
That's God, I wouldn't mind a Stardust pop, though. I mean, they're definitely not going to have one now.
No.
But I did find out that 2019, they're going to release 4 new pops coming out. They're going to have another Ric Flair one, kind of an older fashioned Ric Flair, a Charlotte Flair one, Batista, and Randy Orton.
I did see the Batista one. That one looked pretty cool.
Yeah, so I'm really excited for those to come out. I'm going to look into those and get into those too. I am looking to collect all of them. So hopefully maybe down the road that will happen. The unfortunate thing is a lot of the new ones, or not new ones, but the older ones are getting a little bit pricey because of their value and the rarity of them. Like the CM Punk ones, the AJ Lee ones, and even the black outfit Rey Mysterio, which is currently the highest valued pop at like $300 and something bucks.
So you might have to go maybe like flea market shop it for some of these. If someone doesn't know what they have, and that's how you come across some of that stuff. I know with me and my comic books, I've done that numerous times where the guy doesn't know what he has, and I just buy the whole box for $30, and I end up with a $500 book or something like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I go on eBay and I kind of look at the stuff and everything. Like, it seems like some people know what they have and they give a value, and some people don't know. But the only problem is a lot of the ones out there, especially the CM Punks, like they do have the CM Punk with the pink trunks, which is somewhere around like $280 and everything. And they're still putting it out there for like $275, but the problem is it's out of the box.
$275 out of the box?
Out of the box, yeah. So I think they're just trying to get what they can out of it. But I think when it comes to, and I don't know much about collecting collector items as much as I'm sure you do, but if you take something out of the box or taking something out of the package, it devalues it. It's almost like driving a car off the lot.
Yeah, it devalues it, but depending on what the item is, and if you still have the box and everything that came in it, it might still hold a lot more of the value than taking it out of the box and discarding everything.
I can see owning the box and everything still could kind of keep the value because, I mean, I guess you kind of technically put it back in.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like one of the things like, I mean, do you want to own a Ferrari that's missing the fucking doors?
No.
Yeah, right. I mean, so I'm not sure if that's the same relevance to it, but, I'm really excited to kind of go about the collector's things. How many figures do I got? Anyways, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So I got 14 out of like 60.
That's not bad.
No, I did get my last WWE Slam Crate box. I only did it for the year, and they only do it every other month. So I got my last WWE figure, which is the AJ Styles, which I'm really happy about because AJ is my favorite wrestler. On top of that, being the best wrestler in WWE and all wrestling today.
Definitely.
So we're going to dive into the Royal Rumble predictions just to get that out of the way. Just do a little bit talking about it. And obviously when it comes to the Royal Rumble pay-per-view predictions, we do got to kind of predict who we think are going to Royal Rumble, which, I mean, it's not a 50-50 shot like most.
Right.
So we're going to go ahead and give that a shot here.
So are we going to do our Black Horse, too? I know last year we did Black Horse.
Oh, yeah.
We picked a winner, and we picked...
Somebody who, like, maybe shouldn't... Who couldn't win, who should win, but probably won't. Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, real quick, the Royal Rumble is this Sunday, which I'm going to try to get this show out today after we get done recording. So I'm going to try to throw it all together as quick as I can. But it is coming up. We also, we do have the NXT Takeover that's happening tonight as well.
Yeah, that looks like a damn good-ass card, too.
So I'm really excited to check that out after the SCW show tonight. We can also do the predictions on that if you think you're up for it.
I think I know most of the people on that card.
Okay, yeah, well, we'll do that predictions as well. But let's go on. We'll dive into the Royal Rumble since we already have that information up right now. So what we're seeing for matches right now at the Royal Rumble is the Men's Royal Rumble, the Women's Royal Rumble, Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor. Since Braun Strowman's no longer in it.
Right.
And we kind of discussed a little bit on why they took him out of there or anything. But what do you think your reasoning is for Braun not to be part of this match?
I'm thinking he's still injured.
The elbow injury.
I think the elbow injury is still not 100%. So they had to have a reason to get him out of there. And I do like how they let him tear apart Vince McMahon's car. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Little J is not happy about Braun Strowman not being in the match.
Yeah, that's
his favorite.
He's vocal about it for a child.
Very vocal
about it. No, and I think I agree with you on that. And I think they're kind of hoping for like the elbow injury to kind of be ready to go and everything. It probably hasn't, but I think at the same time, I mean, there has been a history with Braun Strowman having an issue backstage and causing controversy for his career and everything. I think maybe these might be one of his punishments where it comes around.
He got punished the one time for calling it a strap. Oh, I'm coming after the strap. Because you're not supposed to call the title a strap anymore.
Yeah, and that's petty shit if that's true. But we do got Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor, which I think is supposed to be the Demon.
I've heard both ways. I've heard he's not doing the Demon, and then I heard he is doing the Demon. I think it'd be way cool for the Demon to come out and win.
Yeah, I think Balor winning the title. Well, we'll get to that real quick, and we'll talk about that more. We got Buddy Murphy versus Akira Tozawa versus Hideo Itami versus Kalisto in a fatal 4-way. Again, Cruiserweight Championship is on the pre-show, not the main show.
See, that's horseshit.
Yeah. Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles for the championship. Asuka versus Becky Lynch for the championship. Rousey versus Sasha for the championship. The Bar versus The Miz and Shane for the championship. And then Rusev versus Nakamura for the U.S. title. Again, on the pre-show. I noticed that the IC title is not on the line here.
Nope.
So that may be kind of like a little, is the IC champion in the Royal Rumble to win the Royal Rumble? Or kind of,
I don't think, Bobby Lashley's going to win the Royal Rumble. And there's still something missing that Lashley doesn't have for me. He's good in the ring, sucks on the mic. I hate Leo Rush as the hype person. He's just annoying. He's worse than the guy that had the primetime players. You remember him with the microphone and talked throughout the whole fucking match on the...
Atlas?
Was it Atlas?
Was it Atlas? The older dude?
Yeah.
I think it was Atlas, yeah.
I couldn't stand that either.
We'll dive into it quick. We'll start out with the pre-show matches real quick here. So the Fatal 4-Way, Buddy Murphy, Akira Tozawa, Hideo Itami, Kalisto. Fatal 4-Way for the Cruiserweight Championship. Who's walking away with the title?
I'm saying Buddy Murphy, man. That dude is just ridiculous. He has had... I know we don't rate matches, but the matches I've seen from him are definitely 4 or 5 star matches to me.
Yeah, I think Buddy Murphy definitely improved and kind of recreated himself going into 205 Live. Yeah. When he was in the tag team, really didn't do that too much after being brought up, which is unfortunate because Buddy Murphy is very athletic, as we've seen in some of the cruiserweight matches that he's had. I'm going to agree with you as Buddy Murphy is. I don't see and not being a 205 Live fan and watching it, I don't know if there is a storyline going on between some of these people. But I think out of the 4, I think Buddy Murphy is the best option to have as a Cruiserweight Championship going into the WrestleMania, road to WrestleMania and stuff like that.
Definitely.
So thinking from a storyline kind of thought, I think Buddy Murphy is the best. What about Rusev putting his title on the line against Shinsuke Nakamura?
Yeah, these two, I love watching these two work together because it is kind of a clash of styles. At the same time, it isn't because they're both very, I don't want to say stiff, but they're hard hitters.
Yeah.
But I like Rusev for it.
Rusev? Okay.
Shinsuke is kind of, I don't know, lost it for me. I like Shinsuke, and we've discussed it before. I know you don't, but maybe he needs to go to Raw, I think.
Gotcha. I'm picking Rusev for this too, just because, one, I don't like Shinsuke Nakamura, and two, I think because they're finally getting on board with Rusev and kind of like going back to having faith in him like they did when he first came up. I think with him being a fan favorite and the whole, listening to the people now, I think there is more of an edge to Rusev over Shinsuke for it. Plus, I think there's been a lot of rumors with Shinsuke going to AEW following the end of his contract and stuff, and I think maybe WWE might be taking that a little personal.
Well, I mean, business is business, and they should be the first ones to know that.
Mm-hmm. The Bar is taking their titles and putting them up against The Miz and Shane McMahon, which I followed a little bit for the whole Miz and Shane McMahon kind of creation of a tag team here and kind of following everything is. I'm actually going to pick the Miz and McMahon to win the titles.
I'm going to stick with The Bar because I think there's going to be something else that happens with Shane and Miz.
Like a Miz heel turn? Like, is this a whole setup?
I think it could be. I think it could be like a long con for the Miz.
Okay. Well, I want to stick with them because I think with how Daniel Bryan is a heel, and I think they want to put Bryan and the Miz in a WrestleMania match again. Because, right now they have a 1-on-1 tie. I don't think they ever had that tiebreaker match, if I can remember correctly. So I think they want to keep it. I think if they put the titles on the Miz and McMahon and show that they are buddy-buddy and everything, especially for when the Bar was attacking Shane, either last SmackDown or a couple SmackDowns ago, and the Miz kind of just threw himself on top of McMahon to protect him and stuff like that. No. I don't think he would really do that to make like a double cross kind of thing. I think he would kind of want to pretend to help and not so much throw himself onto him, as you will. Plus, I think it'll be a quirky little change of pace for the tag team titles, since I'm not seeing the tag team titles really being relevant anymore between Raw and SmackDown like they used to be when it was the Uso and New Day feuds and stuff like that. Especially on Raw, the tag team titles. As you see, they're not even on the, not even on the pay-per-view and stuff. And I don't even know who the champions are on Raw now that I think about it.
Bobby Roode and Gable.
Yeah, I think that's a valid point on why the titles aren't really relevant.
Yeah. Well, I think the whole tag team division just kind of got pushed aside, really, just like the U.S. title did for a long time.
Yeah, and it's weird to think because with two different shows, you think every title would mean something, but it seems like no matter how much they separate the two shows, there's always a title that's valued more than the other.
Right.
And kind of a lot of these champions almost feel like placeholders to give a title either maybe a slight bit of relevance or just to say, hey, look, it's still here. With the U.S. title with Shinsuke Nakamura, the IC title with Dean Ambrose for the minimal time that he had it and stuff like that. Overall, when it comes to the IC title, I still think within the last 5 or so years, The Miz has been the most relevant IC champion there has been.
Yeah, I agree. And as far as the U.S. title, John Cena, when he had the title.
Yep.
It seemed to me that those two were actually excited to have those titles. And it's like, hey, put me on the mic. I'll make this title worth something.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's exactly what happened.
100%. Let's see here. We'll go to... we'll give the women their credit for the moment, being we're still in this evolution of women. So let's go ahead and do the AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan championship match. Actually, obviously Daniel Bryan is champion, taking on AJ, giving him that rematch. I think Daniel Bryan retains over AJ, even though I'm a fan of AJ. I'm gonna go ahead and say that Bryan retains it.
Man, we're agreeing a lot today. I'm the same way. I just think that he's going to at least have it until WrestleMania, whether he faces AJ again at WrestleMania or somebody else. But I think he's gonna have a super WrestleMania moment with that title. Mm-hmm. And probably lose at WrestleMania. Yeah. But
now the only way I would see changing my mind and giving AJ the championship again, if I think it all falls on who ends up does win the Royal Rumble this year. If it is somebody from Raw, I'm gonna say that AJ will win it. That way, that title is on the line at Elimination Chamber. And I don't think they would want to sacrifice or risk putting Daniel Bryan inside Elimination Chamber and putting AJ in the Elimination Chamber match. Plus, I think if you put him in there with all the Ultimate X matches and all the, what the hell was that Big Steel match?
Shit.
And TNA.
6 Sides of Steel?
Well, like the one with the dome where they had to crawl through the hole.
Fuck. I can't even remember what it is right now.
I can't. Who was the guy that we used to kind of call on during these shows?
Gio,
if you remember that show or that match, let us know. What was the TNA match where it was almost like a Hell in a Cell, but the object of the TNA match was to crawl through the hole at the top? If you know it, send us a message and let us know, because I'm not going to look it up. We're recording right now. Shit. So, if somebody from Raw wins the Royal Rumble, AJ's going to win the match to go into Elimination Chamber style match. If someone from SmackDown wins, which I can't remember the last time somebody from SmackDown won the Royal Rumble. It's been, like Randy Orton a few years back? Maybe?
Yeah, was he even on SmackDown at the time, though?
I really don't know. I'm just trying to remember who won and everything. I mean, because lately it's been all about that Universal title trying to rebuild it since they created it. They're trying to build it up since they created it.
Well, I mean, when you put it on a part-timer that isn't there all the time, it's kind of hard to build it up.
Let's see. We got Ronda Rousey versus Sasha Banks for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. I'm picking Sasha Banks.
I got Rousey.
Okay, and why do you pick Rousey?
Because I think she's gonna hold it till at least WrestleMania.
I think there's gonna be some kind of interference where Rousey loses.
I think
well, with the joint matches and with Becky Lynch wanting revenge from the TLC where Ronda interfered, I think it's the best opportunity for Becky to screw Ronda over to cost her the title to Sasha Banks.
To me, this is one of those situations. It depends on where these match cards line up to.
Mm-hmm.
So, bear with me here. If Becky loses her match against Asuka, wins the Rumble, then she screws Sasha to fight Rousey at WrestleMania. That's how I think it should go. Because Lynch versus Rousey at WrestleMania to me would be a hell of a match, especially for a WrestleMania main event.
Like a champion versus champion?
You're
saying Becky loses.
If Becky loses,
she faces Rousey for the title at WrestleMania.
But Becky loses against Asuka, wins the Rumble, faces Rousey at WrestleMania.
Okay. See, and we'll go right into that match then with Asuka and Becky Lynch. The thing is, I think if Becky wins, it could be a toss-up. I'm going to assume that the Asuka-Becky match happens before the Rousey Sasha match.
Yeah, because SmackDown happens before.
So it's almost like where can they go with Becky winning? Because if Becky wins the match, Ronda can retain the title, and then they can actually have that champion versus champion match they never had at Survivor Series. But if she loses, she could cost Ronda the match, so she doesn't have a title match at WrestleMania to where now she's available to fight Becky. So it's kind of up in the air on whether Becky wins or loses because, I mean, it could go one way or another when it comes to Rousey.
That's very true.
But I think when it comes down to it, I think it's either if Becky ends up winning, Rousey will retain the title. If Becky ends up losing, I think she costs Ronda the title. That would go to Sasha to leave a match for Ronda versus Becky. I think
are some very solid scenarios.
Yeah, and I think either way, I think Lynch is going to face Rousey at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen no matter what.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of it. Because I don't know how true the whole broken nose thing from Nia Jax and Becky was to where she couldn't fight. I mean, I get that. I mean, like, it wasn't even like so much the broken nose itself as much as the concussion watch and everything that they had to be cautious about it.
Well, if you saw her face, they could barely cover up that she had that big old bruise right under her eye, which could either be makeup or real.
Yeah. So I mean, I think this. I mean, especially with all the hype that Becky Lynch is having behind her and everything, and obviously with Ronda having all the the fan support and the popularity behind her, I think it's gonna be a great women's main event. Not the last match of the night at WrestleMania, right, but one of the self-proclaimed main events at WrestleMania. But so it's hard to really determine if Asuka and Becky Lynch, if there's a title change or anything like that, because like I said, like any possibility can make Becky face Ronda. But if I'm saying Banks is winning the match, I'm saying Asuka's retaining her title as well.
I'm saying Asuka's retaining the title because I'm in that mindset that Becky's going to win the Rumble. It just makes, to me, it makes perfect sense because Lynch has all this.
Wait, you're saying Becky's retained the title and Lynch is winning the Rumble?
I'm saying Asuka retains.
Yeah.
Then Becky will win Rumble.
So Becky's going to go into the Royal Rumble and win that?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm thinking somehow.
Oh, that's right, because Rousey, because you. Yeah, okay,
because I think she's going to fight Rousey for the title at WrestleMania.
Finn Balor and Brock Lesnar for the Universal title.
This is so hard because I know what I want to happen.
But we know what's going to happen.
I want Finn Balor to win.
Are you picking Finn Balor to win?
I'm going to pick Finn Balor to win.
Okay.
It might be picking a definite lose, but...
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not necessarily true if, Braun goes in and costs him the title. I mean, we don't... It doesn't look like there's any kind of stipulation here and everything, but, I mean, we've seen in the past, like, when WWE has title matches at pay-per-views, they're either, right down the middle, disqualifications included,
right.
There are restrictions in the kind of title matches, but then we've also had, quote unquote, no holds barred title matches where, weapons aren't allowed, but disqualifications aren't there either.
Right.
So, I mean, and they have screwy stipulations when it comes to those matches. Like, rope breaks are on, pins have to happen in the ring, but if there's interference doesn't, restrict anything.
It's all at the referee's discretion.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a possibility that, Braun could come down, he could attack Brock Lesnar and everything. Balor could end up winning the match, and then you could see a Brock versus Braun match at WrestleMania, non-title included, or quite possibly see them thrown into an Elimination Chamber match for the Universal title if we see a SmackDown guy win the Royal Rumble.
I am excited to see this match because Brock usually puts on better matches with smaller guys.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he fights the guys like the Cenas and stuff like that, it's an all powerhouse match. But when he fights, like when he fought CM Punk, that was a great match. Kurt Angle was a great match back in the day. Now with Finn Balor, and with Balor being the extraordinary man who does extraordinary things.
Yeah, one of the biggest Brock Lesnar matches I liked, well, pretty much the only Brock Lesnar match I liked since I've seen him back, was when he faced AJ Styles at Survivor Series 2 years ago.
Yeah. Definitely.
So that was a really good match. I mean, I think AJ just won it from Jinder Mahal and then went into that match. And I mean, obviously, with AJ ended up losing, but I mean, just like Daniel Bryan last Survivor Series, he gave him his run for his money for a bit.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. So you picked Finn. The thing is, like,
you don't know what you want to go.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
you could look at this entire thing, and every single one of these could pretty much have like a run and it cost somebody a title. I'm gonna say Brock. I'm saying Brock Lesnar is gonna win this because there's also that chance where they could put them into an Elimination Chamber match and Brock come out losing if everyone gangs up on him. Because I know they're not gonna give. I don't think that they're gonna allow Finn to beat Brock cleanly. Just because, I mean, not a lot of big guys can beat Brock cleanly, like Samoa Joe and, Braun Strowman. They really didn't beat him cleanly. Even John Cena and Triple H got losses against Brock cleanly.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think the last time Cena beat Brock is when they had the no disqualification match.
Mm-hmm.
He had to hit Brock with a fistful of chain.
Yeah. And the same thing when it came to Triple H. He had to hit him with a sledgehammer.
Yep.
So I'm going to pick Brock for this one. All right, so let's go to the Royal Rumbles here real quick, and we're going to pick somebody who we're probably going to see win, and then we're going to pick our dark horses. So why don't we go ahead, we'll do the Women's Royal Rumble. Let's look at the participants real quick here. Let's list them off, because I know there's been a couple additions since we last spoke. So we got Carmella, Ember Moon, Natalya, Bayley, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Alicia Fox, Zelina Vega, Naomi, Mickie James, Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, Charlotte Flair, Tamina, Dana Brooks, Lana, Nia Jax, Nikki Cross, Alexa Bliss, and Lacey Evans.
I'm still picking Becky Lynch to win.
Okay.
I know she's not on the list.
Is that your dark horse? Is that your supposed to win?
That's supposed to win.
Okay.
My dark horse is going to be Ruby Riott.
Ruby Riott, really?
Yeah. I'm a big fan. I love the Riott Squad.
I got you. Okay. Out of all these, I'm going to say Alexa Bliss is going to win.
That's a good pick, too.
Because I actually really didn't think that she would be part of it. So real quick, before we kind of dive into my dark horse here, how do you feel about all the controversy that WWE had along with the topless walk-in to Alexa Bliss's locker room from Raw?
I think this is what goes with our last show when I was talking about that that WWE is evolving again. So it's not going to exactly go back to what was that era before Ruthless Aggression?
Attitude?
But yeah, it's not going to be Attitude Era. I think you're going to see more of a PG Ruthless Aggression era.
Okay.
That's how I think it's going to go.
But how do you feel about the backlash that he got from it? Do you think it's justified? Do you think it's justified when people thought that they were objectifying Alexa Bliss to do this? Because a lot of people are saying that she was forced to do that.
I'm thinking that they will not force somebody to do something like that.
Yeah.
One, that can be construed as sexual harassment, and that's even bigger now than any time other. I'm thinking that it was a storyline to ask her, "You want to do this?" And she probably said, "Yeah." She didn't have to get nude. She had her titties covered up.
Yeah,
I mean, she was fully covered.
Yeah, I mean, she had her shirt or something covering her. I mean, like, and who's to say that they gave the perception that she was topless, but I mean, you can have a strapper's bra on underneath there and stuff like that. I mean, like, I think it's one of those things where, people are getting way too sensitive and just finding every reason to bitch and whine about something.
It goes. I mean, if you go look at all these TV shows with, on the CW and all this other stuff, they do that kind of shit all the time.
Yeah, you can watch FX and look back at the Sons of Anarchy shows and stuff like that. I mean, come on now.
Some of the stuff now that if they really want to go bitch about something, why don't they bitch about Moolah getting naked on the one pay-per-view?
Moolah.
Or Mae Young, or whichever the fuck one it was.
All right, so my dark horse. Honestly, I was going to pick Ruby Riott, but I don't want to be the same as you. So
you seem so shocked by my pick.
I thought you were going to pick Naomi. I thought Naomi was going to be your pick, or Charlotte Flair.
I think Charlotte needs to step back at the moment. What I'd like to see out of Charlotte right now is more of that crazy queen that I feel like she's been hitting towards.
Yeah. Let me think. Okay, let me think about this logically here, real quick. Okay, so we got Asuka retain the title, and we have Banks winning the title. So, let's see here. We're not going to see an Asuka Charlotte WrestleMania moment. I don't see a reason for it. I only see Alexa facing fucking Banks really now. I'm picking Bayley.
Bayley?
I'm going to pick Bayley.
I feel like that's a longer shot than my Ruby Riott.
Yeah. Well, see, that's another real thing that, like, now I'm kind of confused. I instantly regret picking Bayley. But I wrote it down. I'm not changing it. But there has been rumor of a 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen, UFC WWE match coming up in, WrestleMania.
I could see how that's...
But how do you do that when the horsewomen are, one of them's going to be champion when it comes to either Sasha or it comes to Ronda Rousey? Because you're not going to take that woman's title out of the picture.
No.
So it's like one of the things now. It's
That'd make more sense for a Survivor Series match than anything else.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to want to wait that long as much as they have now.
But they still haven't signed... I think there's still one of the UFC girls they don't have.
Yeah, but they can sign her to a one-day thing. I guess
that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay, so that's me push off. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Bayley. I'm gonna say that no, I'm not. Apparently, I'd cross it off. Who knew? I'm gonna pick Naomi.
That's a solid pick.
Yeah, I'm going to say, if anything, I'm going to say Naomi, will kind of face Asuka just because I think Naomi has the capability to actually, put on a great WrestleMania show. All right, so we last match is obviously the 30-man Royal Rumble. Not the last match of the show. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the last match that we're going to predict on. We got R-Truth, Drew McIntyre, Big E, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, Seth Rollins, Jeff Hardy, Dean Ambrose, Bobby Lashley, Samoa Joe, John Cena, Elias, Baron Corbin, Jinder Mahal, Apollo Crews, Andrade, Mustafa Ali, Rey Mysterio, Titus O'Neil, and Randy Orton. All right, I'm going to pick first just because you picked first last time, and I can do this. Oh, jeez. I can't do this. This is too hard. Okay, so we got R-Truth, who's guaranteed to be number 30. Same with Carmella.
Right, same with Carmella.
So I think logically, R-Truth definitely is not going to win.
I don't think anybody's ever won from 30, have they?
Yes. I think The Undertaker did. I think he was the only one who did. Like 2007 or some shit like that. Gino, let us know. Geo? Like Geo City.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, I'm going to pick Drew McIntyre. And my dark horse is Braun.
That's a very good pick.
Yeah. As long as it's not Cena.
I don't think it's going to be Cena. I think he still might get that Ric Flair beaten title. I just don't think it's going to be at WrestleMania.
Okay.
I don't think it does. He probably deserves it, but I
I
don't think the people want to see it happen at WrestleMania.
I think the amount of titles is irrelevant at this moment in his career. I mean, he's going into the WWE Hall of Fame regardless if he beats, Flair's record or not. I think that's completely irrelevant.
But if you really want to get down to the nitty gritty, Flair has over 20 world title runs.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the WWE doesn't recognize certain ones.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I say Dean Ambrose to win. Kenny Omega is
Omega's not going to be there.
He still is not officially announced anything for AEW.
Yeah, but I think he already officially decided he's not doing the Royal Rumble.
Are you sure?
All right, fine. Whatever.
It's my pick, man. Oh, you know what? Kevin Owens. That makes more sense.
I'm writing out paper here. I should stop doing these on Post-its.
I mean, we can get notebooks.
I got notepads.
I got
a bunch of notepads.
You got note cards right there, which is like twice the size.
Where are note cards?
Right there.
Oh, those got liquors on them. They got mixed drinks and shit on them, man. Yeah, I went to bartending school. These are all fucking alcohols, bro. These are mixed drinks.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. So you're gonna go with Dean Ambrose to win and Kevin Owens as a dark horse?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to change? Anything? Like, are you happy with all your choices?
I'm
because as soon as I stick it to the wall, it's done.
That's my final answer.
That's done.
Done.
Is it okay?
Are you done? Have you picked your final?
Let me see. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, it's on the wall.
I think we should do is post those on Facebook too. That's what I think we should do.
Yeah. You could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to use the list. It'll take me a minute.
Yeah. Well, we could do that to record the show.
Yeah, not right now.
Yeah. Definitely not right now. All right. Do you want to do the NXT Takeover predictions, or do you want to do the WrestleMania post-WrestleMania ideas and stuff next?
Let's do the NXT because I feel like we'll run through that a little quicker than we will the post WWE ideas.
Okay.
Or WrestleMania ideas.
No problem. I mean, we got enough time, right? Oh shit, 35 minutes. We are crushing it. Let's see here. NXT Takeover Phoenix.
I'll tell you, sometimes I almost look forward to these takeovers more than the main roster pay-per-views.
I think a lot of people do, which also surprises me on how they do not have an NXT Royal Rumble.
I don't think they will.
I think they should, and then the NXT title should be on the line at WrestleMania.
Now, see, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
I definitely agree that WrestleMania should include the NXT title and women's title.
Absolutely. And the UK's. I think all titles should be on the line at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It just makes sense.
I mean, it's like a fucking 12-hour show. I mean, why the fuck not?
Could you imagine actually going there?
Well, we're going to go. We're going to go one day. But not in Chicago. Like an actual good one somewhere.
Good one somewhere?
Come on, Allstate Arena? No.
Chad and his ex-wife went. It was cool, but
then they go.
I want to be outside.
I would love to have been at Chase Field to see WrestleMania.
Oh yeah,
out in Arizona in that fucking stadium. I mean, because it's like you said, Chad went to WrestleMania, but they sat like way up top, and they were pretty much like behind the fucking banners and Titantron and shit. It's like if you go to fucking WrestleMania at Chase Field, it's a baseball field. I mean,
no matter where you sit,
exactly, yeah. Anyways, that's gonna happen. We're gonna do that one day. So the matches for NXT Takeover Phoenix, like I said, it is tonight. Matt Riddle versus Cassius Ohno, Ricochet versus Johnny Gargano, Undisputed Era taking on the War Raiders, Shayna Baszler taking on Bianca Belair, and Tommaso Ciampa versus Aleister Black.
That's a hell of a card.
Yeah, but the only problem I have with it, which it is, great card, absolutely great card from top to bottom. Adam Cole's not on it. I'm not a big fan of that. And EC3 is also not on it.
EC3 is there. He's coming up to main roster. He's
not yet. Yeah. He's not there yet.
He's already been seen on Raw and
He's been seen, but he's not fighting yet.
He's coming.
He should have been there.
He should have been there. I'm not saying
Rey Mysterio was on fucking NXT for God's sake. Doesn't mean fucking EC3.
So is Finn Balor.
Yeah.
NXT UK.
Yeah, so yeah, EC3 should still be relevant. I mean, yeah, he's probably going to make an appearance in fucking the Royal Rumble. But, I mean, still, he can still wrestle at NXT.
Maybe he doesn't have a storyline with anybody at the moment.
Of course he doesn't. He sucks. Come on now.
It's like EC3.
He sucks. He's a joke. Come on. Oh, God. All right.
You hurt me here.
Matt Riddle versus Ohno. I'm going to pick Riddle.
I think smart money's on Riddle.
Yeah. Ricochet versus Gargano. Gargano? I'm going to pick Ricochet. Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. Is it weird that Kyle O'Reilly and Fish aren't defending the tag titles together anymore?
Right. Is Fish hurt?
No, he's back now.
Maybe they're doing that kind of
New
Day thing.
Yeah, but it always seems like it's Riley and Strong. Like Fish just kind of got pushed off.
Well, I kind of like Roderick Strong better than Fish.
I mean, I do too. I mean, I'm just saying. But
isn't Roderick Strong the one they call the master of the backbreakers?
Yeah. Versus War Raiders, Hanson and Rowe.
I'm gonna go Era.
Era?
Yeah.
I'm gonna dark horse this and say the War Raiders win. I think the Undisputed Era is probably gonna retain it, but I really want the War Raiders to win. I think that as long as Adam Cole and Fish don't get involved, which we know they're going to, I think they have a shot to do it. Baszler versus Bianca Belair.
I want to say Belair, as much as I like Baszler or whatever.
Baszler.
However the fuck you say her name.
I like Baszler too. That's why she's gonna win. And then we got Ciampa versus Black.
Oh, Black. Ciampa.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Ciampa.
I think he's come a long way.
Tommaso?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's a great heel champion.
Yeah. No, I think he finally he finally found himself outside the tag team DIY. And I like the fact that, Tommaso and Gargano aren't really at each other anymore. They kind of ran that storyline. It's over. They moved on from each other.
That was a hell of a storyline.
Yeah.
So, I enjoyed those matches so much.
Mm-hmm. So you picked Riddle, Gargano, the Era, Belair, and Black. I picked Riddle, Ricochet, War, Baszler, and Ciampa. You happy with that? You gonna change it? You happy?
On the wall.
It's on the wall? On the wall it is.
On the wall.
Okay. Let's move.
Eventually, we're gonna have to get like a little cork board or something so they don't fall off the wall.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that'd be fine. My walls are pretty clean. I should get like blackboard paint, so we can just draw it on there.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Right? Maybe one day when we actually do YouTube videos, we can actually YouTube this and write our fucking predictions on a dry erase board. If we ever actually move forward with the shit that we say we're going to. Anyways, okay, so
one of us hits the lottery. This is all we're doing for the rest of our life.
Well, yeah. I mean, let's find out tonight. You know, hopefully that Powerball comes through. Get that 70 mil. Okay, so 10 big. What?
Maybe we could pay for the copyright infringement shirts.
Trademark. 10 big WWE post-Wrestlemania changes already ongoing, and 10 reported changes on the way. This was posted on thesportster.com on January 20th.
I like the Sportster.
Yeah, it has so much information. So let's go with it. The ongoing right now is SmackDown programming changes to Fox.
Well, we know that's going to happen.
Yeah. But we're not talking about what is and what's not going to happen. We're going to talk about our feelings on it actually occurring. So we're going to go off the impression that everything that we're going to go through, even though it's happening or ongoing, is going to happen, and how we feel about it, and we think it's the right move. And if there was a way to change it, how would we change it? So obviously, SmackDown is going to Fox. It's going to be on Friday nights again. Rumor is it's only supposed to be an hour long. And it's also mentioned that even though Fox does not have creative control in WWE any type of way, they still want it to focus on the wrestling aspect and not the sports entertainment aspect.
I heard that, which I do. I really like that because I think there is too much talk in WWE. You can cut a 2-minute long promo and then go.
Yeah.
If you're good, you can do it. Mm-hmm. And Cena's probably one of the best guys who can cut a fast promo and it means something.
Yeah, absolutely. Sucks in the ring, pretty good on the mic.
I would give him really good on the mic.
Yeah. So this is supposed to happen in October of this year. So what are your thoughts on it? Do you think the 1 hour time frame is enough for when it comes to SmackDown?
I'd still like to see it at 2 hours, but I think with Fox, they might have a little more leeway with, well, I don't know, no, since Disney's now owning Fox, they might get a little more leeway with getting away with more stuff on TV. Because Fox is kind of a little bit edgier than the rest of the channels. Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm okay with the whole, focusing on wrestling aspect and the sports entertainment aspect. They still got Raw to do that, which they do it way too much on Raw even right now, to focus on sports entertainment promos and, fucking, segments and stuff. But they do need to stick to 2 hours. Not a big fan of Friday nights. I don't think a lot of people are, really in on Fridays as they are. I think it would have been best to stay on Thursdays. I don't like the fact that NXT and SmackDown are both on Tuesdays. With SmackDown moving to Tuesday, they should have put Raw. Or I'm sorry, no. NXT's on Wednesdays. 205 Live's on Tuesdays. Right. They should move 205 to Thursday to get every single day of wrestling between that.
Get Monday through Friday then.
Yeah. So I think it would be better if they put SmackDown back on Thursdays. I think it gives people an opportunity to be indoors on a Thursday night compared to a Friday night, especially for people who like to go out and have fun and enjoy their days off from work and everything. But also, I guess kind of depends on the actual start time of the show. I mean, is it still 7 p.m. as it is now, or?
See, I don't even know what the programming right now on Fox is. I mean, I'm a second shifter, so I'm at work no matter what during that time.
Number 19 reported there's going to be more overseas pay-per-views.
They should, because you haven't had a WrestleMania anywhere besides the U.S. And there's a huge market in the U.K. and Japan. To where you probably even Mexico.
Yeah.
Canada. You need to have, if you're really going to go worldwide, these are the places you need to be. Fuck Saudi Arabia. Yeah. They don't want your women to perform. That's stupid for you to go there, especially during the women's revolution.
Yep.
It's to me just fucking retarded.
Absolutely. And I over the last weekend, so I kind of been on an Elimination Chamber kick, so I've been watching all the Elimination Chambers from the first one to the recent one. Yeah. Still working on it. There's actually quite a bit of them. But New Year's Revolution, back when Edge beat Cena for the title, when he cashed in the Money in the Bank and everything, that was actually out of the country. I can't remember what it was, Costa Rica or something like that. So, I mean, that was pretty cool. I don't know if you consider that overseas or not because it was out of the country. But yeah, I mean, they're focused on like actually having like SummerSlam, Survivor Series, stuff like that outside the country. I mean, I could see them having a pay-per-view outside the country and it working. Not WrestleMania though. I think WrestleMania should stay within the States.
I think they should. I'm torn because you got all these people who will fly to America to it from different countries. So you need to have it at least in the UK.
Yeah, okay. I'll agree with you.
At least
I'll agree with you on that. Absolutely. Let's see here. Ongoing number 18, the Horsewomen will ride. We talked about it. It's the MMA Horsewomen versus the WWE Horsewomen. It looks like it's going to happen as long as everything contractually occurs with all the wrestlers. The MMA 4 Horsemen, by the way, is Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, who are both WWE wrestlers. Right. Marina Shafir, who I think actually got signed, and then you got Jessamine Duke.
Yeah, Marina. One, I'm pretty sure she got signed, and that last one's the last one to be signed.
Yeah. So they're predicting kind of like how you mentioned a possible 2019 Survivor Series match,
and that makes the most sense.
Yeah,
because that should be, if you're 4-on-4, you can make that a Survivor Series match. It doesn't have to be 5-on-5 or 6-on-6 or whatever.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's a good move. I think there's a lot of promotion to it and everything, and then you get a lot of hype built behind it. This one's I think it's pretty obvious. The Undertaker retiring in 2019.
He needs to. Again, not that I'm not a fan of the Undertaker. It's that I don't want to see the Undertaker get permanently injured or worse in the ring.
Yeah. It comes down to where to have him continue to wrestle is the same as Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair wrestling in like their 50s and 60s. Yeah, they could put on a decent match, but it's not. It's almost like the draw's not so much there anymore like it used to be. I mean, yeah, it's awesome to see the Undertaker come out as his entrance and everything like that, but to see him in a match and everything, like he just looks so beat down. It's just to the point now. It's like you just got called a career.
Let your wife come back.
Yeah. Do you think that they're going to have some legend women in the Royal Rumble again? Just not as many as before?
I just think, I think now they got a deeper roster where they don't need that many legends to come back. I'm sure you're going to see Lita. I'm sure you're going to see Trish. And who knows, maybe Kelly and Michelle McCool. Maybe even Layla. Who knows?
Layla.
Have a little like cool. Hey, and the Bellas will probably be there.
Of course they're gonna be there. Women's tag team titles.
I love the idea that these are being defended or gonna be awarded inside the Elimination Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
But they haven't announced which teams are they gonna have a tournament. That's why I don't understand what they're going to do.
I don't think they're going to. I think they're just going to pick
4 random teams?
6 teams and just throw them in there. Which, I mean, like right now they kind of have them. They got Sasha and Bayley. They got Nia Jax and Tamina. They got Alexa and Mickie James. They got the Riot Squad. But, I mean, is it one tag team title for both?
I think that's what it's going to be, that the women's tag team are going to go back and forth from both shows. Okay. Which I think we had discussed that before in the show.
I mean, you still have Absolution that's still coming together with Amanda Rose and Sonya Deville. Yep. So that'll be pretty cool to see. Drew McIntyre is the next top star. Reported.
Yeah. I definitely see that happening. He is so much better this time around than the first time he came in.
Mm-hmm. No, I absolutely agree too. I like how he has that John Cena ruthless aggression from 2003. Yeah. Or 2002, where the fuck it was.
I do love the Claymore kick too.
Yeah,
it's just so brutal.
Global expansion. While the company has always employed people from all over the world, for the first time in this illustrious history, the company is truly all over the world. They've run shows all over the world. They're establishing a fourth brand, NXT UK. The brand just put a successful special, Takeover Blackpool. Clearly, the game has a master plan in place to, over time, have some form of an NXT feeder system brand in several hotspots over the world. NXT Lucha looks like a possibility. We certainly can rule it out we can't rule it out as WWE seems to have set on having the best possible stars from around the world working with them in a capacity. So I guess basically what they're saying is there's going to be NXTs fucking popping up all over the place.
That's something I had read about before too. And NXT UK has become a monster on its own. I believe you'll see an NXT Japan, NXT Lucha. Could you imagine actually seeing like some of the older guys from WCW Lucha showing up?
That'd be
like
pretty cool.
Psychosis or some
absolutely.
Juventude.
And there's probably going to be an NXT India. They do a lot of work in India.
I believe they'd have to do a Canada one too.
Mm-hmm. NXT officially is going to become a third brand.
I kind of consider it a third brand already.
Oh yeah, I think what they're looking at, like possibly like on TV actually occurring, being like an ECW brand.
I heard they were going to go to FSN, Fox Sports Network.
Really?
Yeah. So not only will it air on the network, but it'll be on network TV.
Okay. I think that's pretty cool if they do that. Corey Graves becoming the voice of WWE.
Yeah, I think that's already has happened.
Yeah, he's pretty much taking the place of Michael Cole. Like, not so much replacing Cole for Cole to be gone, but Cole still be in some capacity within the company, but Corey Graves will have the voice of it, which it has been happening.
And he is really good on the mic. I enjoy listening to Corey Graves, especially Corey Graves and Renee Young.
Yeah.
Their back and forth is great.
Yeah. I'm really excited about this one because I feel this kind of proves that WWE listens to our show because we've talked about this so many times, but an all-female brand.
And we've been talking about this since almost day one of the show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So they're obviously listening. They're obviously stealing ideas and shit like that. They're probably hoping that this comes out before the Royal Rumble so they can steal our ideas for it.
Right.
So, but yeah, I think an all-women's brand would be perfect. It's almost like a Glow, but with the new era. This definitely should happen because they have so much talent out there that it'd be dumb not to.
On the same channel that New Japan performs on network TV, they now have WOW, Women Wrestling.
Okay.
So I don't get that channel no more because I'm cheap. But that's on TV now. And you're going to need something. The women are not getting enough time on SmackDown and Raw. Yep. Half the time, the women matches are way better than some of the men's matches that happen on Raw. Mm-hmm. So, to me, it's just a foregone conclusion that's going to happen.
Yeah. More UK NXT Takeover specials.
Definitely.
That's definitely going to happen. More New Japan stars.
Oh, yeah. But see, there's always been that. I feel like there's always been that under the table deal with New Japan.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons. Like they kind of hired back some of the guys from New Japan, like AJ Styles, Finn Balor, the Bullet Club, Gallows and Anderson, to kind of like show some of the guys who haven't wrestled over here so much that this is something that may be beneficial. Now, Unfortunately, I think with Carl and Anderson, they really dropped the ball on them a lot because they could have had the potential to be a top tag team, but they got thrown into those goofy kind of scenarios with the nerd things and stuff.
Yeah, those two should just be. They should be real bullies.
Yeah, and
is what it needs to be.
And they majorly dropped the ball on Finn Balor with kind of like just push him off to the side and stuff like that.
Punishing him because he got fucking injured.
Yep. More female announcers, which I agree with 100% because Renee showed that she does a great job. I think we actually talked about Renee Young being in it.
Oh, yeah.
So, again, they're listening to the show.
They're listening to the show.
They are so listening to this fucking show.
They have like just a room full of guys listening to every wrestling podcast that's out there. And obviously, we're the best one.
Yeah. Oh, fuck
because you see that most of our ideas keep popping up after we talk about them.
Yeah. And it shows obviously Renee Young being a full-time announcer or commentator on Raw. I still believe that when they did the all women's pay-per-view that it should have been all women running the show, that including commentating. It should have been Renee Young and Beth Phoenix. I think Michael Cole was part of it, which I don't think he shouldn't have been.
No, I think
I get they want to have that veteran sass in there, but really, Renee Young fucking kills it. Beth Phoenix did a great job on the Mae Young Classic. Yeah. I think it was really good. Even Lita was kind of part of the commentating and stuff like that. I think having them would have been great, even though Lita was part of the show. I think it's come around if she's not part of the show, like as far as in the ring, at least put her in commentary.
Definitely.
They have a female referee in NXT they could have brought up, and she could have been part of the show. Could have got a couple more female referees to do that, and
how hard would it have been to get a couple female referees or some female wrestlers that haven't been on the show yet. Just put a shirt on them and get them in the ring.
Yeah. Heel Finn Balor.
It's about time, I think.
I don't see it happening. No.
I don't. WWE will try to make him heel, but it'll be one of those Randy Orton, Becky Lynch kind of things, to where like no matter what you do, they're gonna love Finn.
Yeah. New agents. Usually speak in WWE and in life, as people get older, it's always out with the old and in with the new. Even the most trusted employees of the company either retire or forced into retirement. Backstage in WWE, there's a combination of old and younger agents. Matt Hardy has been the newest agent to join the team, but he's not going to be alone in that position. More agents may be needed for Raw, SmackDown Live, 205 Live, NXT, NXT UK, Main Event, Mixed Match Challenge, and various other tournaments and stuff like that. See here, that means more work for Michael Hayes, Mike Rotunda, IRS, Jamie Noble, Matt Hardy, Arn Anderson, and several others to handle.
Arn is still there, huh?
Yeah, he's an agent. He still travels. Yeah, I think this is a good thing. I think it helps keep the wrestling veterans and guys who kind of made WWE what they are, makes them still part of the team and everything. And since they know how WWE operates, they know what to look for when it comes to wrestling.
I think also if you've been in the ring for so long, you're gonna know. Like we go see a match, never being in a professional ring.
Yeah.
Oh man, that looks awesome. Arn might be like, well, no, he fucked that up.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you use that as an example, but that doesn't pertain to us because we are good.
Well, yeah.
I mean, we know shit. I mean, it's been proven that he steals our shit.
Right.
So
we just proved it 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. AJ Styles to Raw.
I feel like that's been a long time coming.
I hope it doesn't happen.
I hope it doesn't happen.
I think he holds, if he ends up at Raw, then Seth Rollins or somebody has to go to SmackDown to kind of like help keep SmackDown that way. Triple H
has something to do with that too, though.
Probably. Triple H and Stephanie keep rising, to keep growing into power. I think that's been happening. That's nothing new. WWE buys Impact Wrestling. Plenty of rumor mills for churning when it's reported that executives from Impact were seen at WWE corporate in Stamford. No one knows for sure, but there are plenty of links online that says otherwise. No one on either side has spoken about what actually has been said. It does stand to reason that after these talks, WWE now has access to the Impact tape library.
I think that was all about the tape library. I don't think Impact is going to go anywhere after just signing all these things with Pro Wrestling Noah and different organizations all around the world that they've been cycling people in and out until they find they stick with, oh yeah, bring him in. You're part of this roster now.
I think it'd be a good idea for WWE to buy Impact. I mean, you got AEW that's coming out and everything. They're going to end up growing into something good. You have New Japan, you have Lucha Underground. I think if they buy TNA Impact and how you mentioned that, they have all these worldwide negotiations and stuff, I think that's a perfect opportunity to build those NXT locations that were mentioned all over the world. You don't have to start from the bottom. You just rebrand what's already out there into an NXT this, NXT that, and stuff like that.
But they rebrand it or they leave it Impact?
No, Impact in the U.S. is going to die. I think they just want the stuff that's out there. Everyone that's an NXT US or who has an Impact is either going to end up in original NXT or have the opportunity to go to other NXT locations and stuff and just do that. Or they could get out of their contracts and go to AEW. A physical Hall of Fame. I don't know what I don't know what the hell that one means.
Well, okay, so I do know what this one means. I've been reading up on this. A lot of fans have been asking for them to build.
Oh, like an actual building. Okay.
Because the rumor has it that WWE has storage units upon storage units of all this old wrestling stuff that's just sitting there collecting dust. Mm-hmm. And how cool would it be to take a trip to Stamford if that's where they want to do it?
Kind of like the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown.
Right.
Yeah.
Or the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Ohio.
Yes. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. I thought they want to have matches and shit at the Hall of Fame. Okay. That makes more sense. I agree. I think they should have been. I think Shane McMahon's been wanting that for almost a decade.
Yeah, it just makes sense. There is actual Hall of Fames for pro wrestling. Mm-hmm. I believe there's one in the UK and maybe the US somewhere. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. I did read something about it, but
yeah. Last one, not probably much of a surprise, but more MMA wrestlers more MMA fighters coming into WWE. Ken Shamrock, obviously the original. Brock Lesnar, Matt Riddle are a few. And then obviously...
They didn't even mention, what's his face? Black?
Aleister Black?
No,
Steve Blackman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, maybe he's irrelevant.
He kind of was.
But, I mean, I think that was a given. They've been doing that for a while now and everything. I think it gives some of those guys who aren't ready to call it a career more of an easier type work environment to go into pro wrestling, which it is, spoiler alert, fake compared to the MMA octagon and stuff like that.
There have been a lot of those guys from the MMA who do that, though, and say that it's a lot harder to do than MMA.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So it's hard to pull punches and stuff like that. I can easily hit you in the face and actually hit you in the face. It's harder for me to hit you in the face and not actually. I'm
not saying it's like it's less difficult to adapt to how it works, but I think it's less toll on the body.
Yeah,
that's what.
Well, yeah, you'll see a lot of ex NFL players come who have blown out knees, who have Steve Mongo McMichael, Goldberg, Baron Corbin. Maybe soon to be Gronkowski from the Patriots is.
God, I hope not.
Only if someone gets to kick him in the face several times because he's just so dopey.
Claymore kick. Yeah, no. So I mean, that's a couple of the ideas for post-WrestleMania. Some we knew about. Some were a little bit exciting. Real quick, we got two more things to talk about before we call it a day. We are going a little bit over time, but that's going to be okay as well. SCW New Beginnings is tonight in Shabans. We're going to be there. It's really difficult to talk about this, kind of give everyone a heads up on it because it is 3 hours from now.
Right.
So it's going to be really hard for us to kind of like mention anything about it, but there are a few matches going on. We're not going to do a prediction thing on it just because, I mean, there's a little bit of match cards here and there, but we mentioned SCW over the last couple of shows anyways. Every time they have a show, we do mention it. So
it's one of our favorite local shows.
Yeah. So we'll let you guys know when the next show is and everything. We'll try to do a better job to kind of do more of an advance notice, probably a week before the show comes out. But we are going to SCW tonight, and we'll round this up with your pick of the week.
So pick of the week is Kenny Omega versus Okada, which there have been several matches. I believe this is the first match I picked that they had, and they're just like a ballet of violence. That's how best I can put them. New Japan to me has always been the hardest hitting. So to me, that's top of the line, almost. Yeah. And we've talked about how New Japan maybe isn't indie wrestling anymore. I don't think it is. I think that they're the WWE of Japan.
Okay, yeah.
So to me, these are their top performers going at it. It'll be posted along with the show. It's already set up. Travis D obviously will change the timing on it. But check it out. Watch it. Let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions for me to watch a match and want me to pick one, let me know. I will watch it.
Yeah, post up on our... you can find us literally on social media almost everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at the JFW Podcast. You could email us at jfwpodcast@yahoo.com. You could click on the link to our website. All our contacts are in all our show notes. If you go to Podbean, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, our website, it's all there. Just click the link. You'll get there. Contact us through the website. Contact us through email. Contact us through social media. If you guys have a friend who is a huge fan of wrestling and hasn't listened to the show, just let them know. We're on iTunes. We're on Google Play, we're on Podbean, we're on Spotify. You just got to search JFW Podcast, Just Freaking Wrestling. We are there. Tell your friends about it. Give us a rating. Give us a 5-star review. Subscribe to us because when these shows come out, as random as they are, we want you to be aware of it. So subscribe to your podcasting and search engine or wherever you find it from. And make sure you stay involved in the show. Just get in touch with us. We do want to still do the Q&A thing. We didn't get a lot of questions like we hoped, but that's okay. We're going to still promote it out there and push it out there. So just ask us anything you want, our opinions, our views on wrestlers, on programming, what we think is going to happen.
And please keep it limited to pro wrestling or independent wrestling.
Yeah, this is a wrestling podcast. So it's wrestling questions and stuff like that. Don't ask me what my favorite nachos are because the answer is going to be all of them. But that's not what we're here for. It's just our views and opinions on wrestling.
That's our other podcast, Just Freaking Food.
Just Freaking Food. But No, just send in those questions and everything. We'll give you a shout out on the show as well and everything. And who knows, coming up, like I said, we want to do YouTube stuff. We're going to start doing that and maybe even some giveaways here. But we can't do giveaways until we get fan interaction and participation, because the last thing I want to do is try to do a raffle or something like that and I get like 2 people involved in it. I want to like get a lot of people involved. So get interactive with us, reach out to us. And if you guys know of any local independent wrestling shows like the SCW that you think we should go to and check out, let us know. Message us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, or at JFWpodcast, yahoo.com.
And we will definitely advertise for those companies.
Yeah, for free.
For free.
For free. That's all I got. How about you?
That's all I got. Time to ring the bell on this episode.
As always, I am Travesty.
I'm Dizzle J.
And thank you for listening to another episode of Just Freaking Wrestling, the JFW Podcast.
Peace.